This Pittsburgh Steelers team preview edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to a $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN.
Hi, this is Merrill Hodge, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
To the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, sagging the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. I'm wearing this for all the Seahawks fans who are still feeling burnt over the refs in that Super Bowl. All those years ago against the Steelers. Remember that?
I thought you were going to talk about the
Hall of Fame game.
Oh, well, no. We could also talk the Hall of Fame game, but yeah, 2-0 side and total. Cash my first lock of the year on the Chargers. Also hit on the over.
How about that first quarter, Sean?
First quarter play was great for you, Kramer. We're 2-0 officially with our NFL locks. Give me another show that is 100% on their NFL locks.
Preseason
now, unfortunately, did not do as well with some of the underdog fantasy stuff. Got close. I really thought Trey Lance was going to run more, but he just sat back. It was like Aaron Rodgers, just sitting back and throwing darts left and right.
Yeah, I thought we were watching Justin Herbert.
I think even Herbert has more. I mean, QB controversy in LA, right?
Possibly.
Well, we'll save that for the Chargers team preview.
I'm already imagining the fantasy nerds are having a day. If he can only get traded to a team with an opportunity, what are the Saints doing? Trade for Trey Lance.
I mean, if you're reading how it's going with Tyler Shuck, taking a shot on Trey Lance, you could do worse. I think
it's too bad that Tyler Shuck's name rhymes with a 4-letter word that starts with F, because it could get bad for him down there in the Big Easy. Not going to be easy for him.
No, well, yeah. We'll see what happens to the Saints. Not optimistic there. We just knocked out our New England Patriots team preview with Cody of the NASCAR Gambling Podcast. Check that out. 32 team previews, getting you ready for the National Football League, giving you giving us win totals for every team, some futures we like, and of course, one word per episode. Put those 32 words together. You get the phrase that pays. Submit that 32 word phrase at the end of the team preview series, and one lucky winner will get $1,000 circa future. Ryan, will we have more entries than we did last year? Do you remember off the top of your head how many entries we got?
It wasn't a lot. It was a decent amount.
I think it was in the hundreds. Was it? Yeah.
Then I'm misremembering.
Okay.
I don't remember getting hundreds of entries.
All right.
I remember thinking actually that I was impressed with the people that mailed in letters.
Yes.
But overall, I was actually not impressed with.
Wow. Okay. So calling the audience.
People out. Well, we obviously have lazy listeners.
I was going to say we should up the prizes, but Ryan seems down on the promotion.
No. Let's make them earn it. Okay. There's a water hose right over there. They can go drink from that.
This episode's word is America. America is the word for this episode. So let's get after it. Joining us on the line, a virtual Kentucky Derby winner.
Oh wow!
Steelers insider.
Was that necessary?
Well, of course it's necessary. We're talking about Scott Bowser from the Run from the Roses podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Digital horse owner and enthusiast. Bowser, what's happening?
What's up, fellas? I am pumped. Actually watched some NFL action tonight, even though it's preseason.
Yeah.
On here talking Steelers football with you guys. Yeah, we're back, baby. We're fully back.
We are back. It's great. And it's just a fun time. You got the NFL going. And it's I was super stoked listening to the NFL music. At one point they were, Ryan, what package were they showing?
We were getting the highlight on Sports Center. So we were getting the NFL highlight on Sports Center, and they were playing the NFL slot music.
Yes.
Very confusing. Can we make that exclusive? I don't need to have the Pavlovian. Whoa, I'm struggling. Pavlovian response of saying, for a moment I felt like I could have been in Vegas for a moment. If I had closed my eyes and just listened to the tunes.
Ryan was just so mad. They're using the slot machine music.
It's not cool.
That.
It's not. I mean, you can't use it for a slot. Imagine if you're just walking down the street and some person in a boombox just had slot recordings.
Oh God, yeah.
It is fuck you up.
It is Pavlovian.
I think you're in Vegas.
It really does lock your brain in. We're here talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kramer, how did the Pittsburgh Steelers do last year? Of course, they went 10-7.
They must have finished under 500, right? With the way people are talking about them. No.
I remember last year there was a lot of hot takes. This is the year Mike Tomlin and the Steelers go under 500. That, of course, was incorrect. They went 10-7. I had them 11-6. Kramer had them 12-5. We both had them going over. They smashed that, as they always do.
Quick pause. I do have a note from myself in the past.
Okay.
It says, "Don't put the Steelers in any division parlays this year."
Why?
It just said, "Don't do it." We did it too much last year, so we were going to take a break from that. Just looking at our record predictions and all.
They were a very interesting team as always. Offense not super productive, but then you do a little bit more of the deep dive, and they were 13th in points per game last year. Obviously, Tomlin 18 straight non-losing seasons.
Oh, I like the way you said that.
This is a crazy set. There have been 61 teams to win 10 or more games in the last 5 seasons. Of those 61 offenses, the Steelers over the last 2 years ranked 59 and 60 in yards per play, 58, 59 in success rate, 56 and 60 in EPA per play. I think.
What does that tell you?
It tells me they don't give a shit about offense, which is fine. But I think you get Arthur Smith here running a Steelers offense, living his dream. Bowser, I don't know if you saw the practice reports, but Arthur Smith was running formations with 4 tight ends, 0 running backs, and Jonnu Smith in the backfield. This is his dream.
I love this. This is I actually drew up a formation that I want him to be using, and the fact that I'm hearing this kind of stuff, I love it. But I don't know. Can I? Do you want me to do that now, or you want to wait? We'll wait to get into my exercise.
I mean, we can get into it.
Yeah, no, this is
we're literally talking about these.
Right.
What are they calling it? The 04 formation? 04?
Yeah, I don't know what the
all right. What do you got? What do you got, Bowser?
I got a photo. I screenshotted it off my computer on this playbook app. I downloaded just to make this thing. Yeah, so any youth programs need a good offensive coordinator. It looks like I'm in business now because I got this app. Can I share my screen here?
Maybe. If not, send me the image. I can load it up.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
While we're getting that up there, looking back at Aaron Rodgers, I know it was a very disappointing season because they had such high expectations. But if you look at
looking back at Aaron Rodgers as a member of the Jets.
Yes, Aaron Rodgers. It was
shocking that he played all the games.
Started all 17 games. The stats were not horrible. 38, 97 passing yards, 28 touchdowns. I'm just laughing because this is like a youth coaching playbook program he's bringing up. 28 touchdowns, 38, 97. He's not a guy that turns the ball over a ton. You look at maybe why the Steelers might fall down or regress. Their turnover margin was plus 16, but that's Steelers football. Like
feels like that's every year.
They're not going to turn the ball over a ton. They are going to generate a bunch of turnovers. You have TJ Watt. You have a bunch of studs on the defensive side.
You also have a coach that Aaron Rodgers can't push around. That's
interesting dynamic.
I think in some ways. I respect the decision that Aaron Rodgers made because he went to the one place that he wasn't going to be able to do his bullshit.
And if you look, they kind of hit a wall. The Steelers, right? Late, they went on that losing streak, but you could see it coming. Like they had an incredibly hard stretch of games, and I think it was 17 days stretch. They had to play at Philly, at Baltimore, Kansas City at home. and they went 0-3 there. They were competitive in those games, but then after that, the season just kind of fell apart.
It's the slow moving freight train. Like we all knew the schedule ended like this. Likely that things I keep looking over and this is very funny. What else are you up to in your spare time, Scott?
Dude, let me try and send this to you, Kramer, because I can't get the one the formation I created on here.
All right. This is why you have to be subscribed to YouTube, just to see Scott going through his youth football playbook. But then let's talk, Kramer. Bring up the addition subtractions for the Steelers.
Give me a second. I'm just gonna hide this real quick. Oh man, I will say, Bowser was telling me about this earlier, and then I saw Underdog's aggregator put out the Arthur Smith is running 0-4 personnel.
Kramer, I put it in our show notes for our show because that was the easiest one that I'm shared with you. So yeah, I got it. You got it. All right.
Skill player guys. DK Metcalf comes in. Obviously, they get rid of George Pickens, Kenny Gainwell. Nice little scoop there. You get some crafty veterans and Robert Woods. You know, pretty good draft class. We'll see what they do with Caleb Johnson, the second round rookie out of Iowa. I'm optimistic about him. Derek Harmon out of Oregon. Just continue to add to the front seven defensively. Jack Sawyer out of Ohio State. Like if you could come up with an auto-generated Steelers defensive player name, Jack Sawyer just sounds like a real football guy.
You remember that play he made?
First six guys are Big Ten guys with now that Oregon and Washington are over there, which is pretty wild. Like, I love the Derek Harmon pick. I called it on this draft stream on here. I felt very proud about that. Other suckers were calling for Shador. No way.
No,
not in this house. But I love what Omar Khan's done the last couple seasons. Last 3 drafts: offensive tackle, defensive tackle, first round. That's how you build championships. Like you start at the trenches. And you know, people upset about Rodgers coming in. It's like, well, what'd you want? Kirk Cousins? Did you want to? Do you want to reach on another Kenny Pickett? This gives us the most competent guy that we had available for this time. You know, okay. So this is my magic tree.
I like this.
All right. So basically, we're gonna have Caleb Johnson or Jalen Warren as the single back there. DK Metcalf out wide. Freiermuth and Darnell Washington up on the line as tight ends, with Jonnu Smith as kind of a joker H-back. Slot motion guy. He can drop back into the backfield as a lead blocker. He can go out wide. He can go in motion over into the slot on the same side as DK. Like, there's so many ways to play this. Also, you can keep Washington in for extra protection for Rodgers more often. And he is basically like a 6-0 lineman. And at his age, but the key word for this to me is like, you can run this no huddle. Because now what the other team has to do is, if they play the run, you can spread everybody out and even go empty backfield with like Jalen Warren in the slot. And teams are going to have a very tough time with run personnel in trying to stop that passing attack. If they play the nickel, all of a sudden you bulk everybody in and you pound it up the middle on these guys.
I mean, the formation you drew up, Bowser, this is going to be what they're going to be running. It's going to be
I think so, yeah.
a lot of heavy personnel. I don't know how many times we see a second receiver out there for the Steelers.
And if you really want to get creative with it, use Calvin Austin as like a third down back.
Well, and if we do see the second receiver, going back to what their roster's doing and where they're at, Roman Wilson, who basically had his season really impacted due to injury, rookie last year. Getting him back, and supposedly he's looking pretty good in camp. Troy Fontuanu.
Yep.
Also a rookie, basically kind of season lost. They're getting him back. So
I mean, look at this was like not that long after Bowser was breaking this down to me.
Great Arthur Smith photo.
You must have been at practice today.
He really needs the mustache. He doesn't look right without the mustache.
Yeah.
You must have been at practice today.
Now, Robert Woods, Calvin Austin are listed as starters, but I think Roman Wilson is going to sneak in there.
Well, he's kind of flashing it. If you're reading the camp reports, you're reading about Roman Wilson starting to do some things.
And they have all-time glue guy Ben Skoranek. So I think this. Oh, yeah. And last but not least, Chris Boswell is legit good, and for a team that's going to play a lot of close grinded out games, having a kicker like Chris Boswell, I mean, Football Outsiders had it as like one of their best positions. The guy is just a machine. So what's not to like about this team? Once again, they are who we thought they were. They're going to win a bunch of close games. They're going to be 10-7, maybe 11-6.
Well, and talent wise, obviously DK is an upgrade over Pickens, but just culture wise, it's so much addition by subtraction. Like he wasn't a very popular guy in that locker room, and and it's from what I've heard so far, DK's coming in and doing all the right things, putting the work in, and like, man, I'm excited to see what this offense can do. Like, I mean, I'm not expecting him and Rodgers to have that Devontae Adams Rodgers connection of years past, but I mean, Rodgers loves those back shoulder throws, those 50-50 balls, and DK can do that. Like, I mean, that's gonna be fun.
He's got big shoulders, so he shows up. He probably brings a pacifier for everyone, make them feel included.
Well, and of course, him and Rodgers sharing a bathroom, sweet mates.
Yeah,
we heard the story about
taking a shit.
DK Metcalf texted him late at night, "Hey, are you up? I want to flush the toilet. I don't want to wake you up.
I want to take a shit."
Aaron said, "I'm still awake." I think now the counter is, if there is one person to screw up Mike Tomlin's long, prestigious, the just long streak of not having a losing season, it might be Aaron Rodgers.
No, that's true.
If there's anyone to do it, it might be Rodgers. I'm not going to bet that way, but certainly he has messed up locker rooms before.
This has a lot of parallels to Brett Favre's career of leaving Green Bay, going to the Jets and floundering, but then going to another stop after. We went to the Vikings and he had some success there because they had a good running game, they had a good O-line, and they had a good defense, and they just needed him to come in and be a game manager late in his career. And I think that's all Rodgers needs to do in this situation. I mean, look to the guy he replaced in Green Bay for the blueprint on how to do this.
Yeah, I do tend to respect Aaron Rodgers' ability still, even though he hasn't really given me a reason to respect it.
I think
because
the second half of the season, I thought he was playing
and
plus EV football.
He took his medicine. You don't accept the job with Mike Tomlin if you want it to be like, this is my way or the highway.
Yeah, he went somewhere where if he really wanted to be
one of the few places where he actually said, okay, it's the highway.
To his credit, he went somewhere where the coach is more juice than him.
Yeah,
he's not going to be able to throw a tantrum. It's a fan base that has high expectations. It's so I mean, again, he could have ended up in New Orleans or something like that if he just wanted some money and to have his way. Like if he would have other options.
He could be running New Orleans right now.
I'm just saying, to his credit, he probably could have went to a less competitive team, got more money, and had more influence. Instead, he said, "Hey, I'll do it for 10 mil or whatever." He said 10 M's on the McAfee show, which is he says a lot of cringy things at times. But I think he can still play a decent level of football.
Young ladies.
Well, no, he's married, right?
No,
we don't know who. I still think at some point, Aaron Rodgers, before the season starts, he's going to reveal he's married to the game, and it's going to be a whole.
No,
I fell in love with football in the off season.
That would be excellent, by the way.
Or AI.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
it's either AI or it's the game, ayahuasca.
I can see him being, I'm married to the playbook.
It's some non-human entity. All right, we're gonna walk through the Steelers schedule.
I think you're right. The game sounds right.
It sounds like something you would say. We're gonna get to the schedule. Before we do, of course, shout out to mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. Get in over there. Look at this. Yeah, football here. Just watch the first football game of the season. Shout out to the Chargers, cashing my lock, cashing Kramer's lock.
Congratulations to us.
Yes, off to a good start. And congrats to the Chargers. I saw a nugget that teams who win the Hall of Fame game are 0-8 in the playoffs since 2002. I'm sure
not
that's
again.
no way the Chargers lose a playoff game. Not with Justin Herbert back there. My bookie's great. They accept customers from a ton of locations. So if you're saying, "Hey, I'm having trouble finding a place that will accept my action," head over to mybookie.ag. Use the promo code SGPN. Deposit with crypto and withdrawal with crypto. Very easy. It's lightning fast. Mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. That's right. The Rhythm is gonna betcha with props. Love Rhythm. Again, it's a great tool. The models are so fun to tinker, and it's great. You adjust the sliders. You're not actually building anything. They do all the heavy math lifting behind the scenes, and they just go, "Hey, this is how this model would have done. You're on to something." Or this is kind of a shitty model, honestly. If you don't want to mess around building your own models, let Rhythm build them for you. And again, the Power Trends, great way to cash in on some props, some sides, some totals. The Power Trends have been great. And we've been giving them out on the show. So the next one they liked, the Rays at home tomorrow. 4:35 West Coast time. The Rays plus 124 on the money line. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Get your 7-day free trial. Try it out. Get it ready. Get it dialed in for when football season. They drop the NFL and college football models right around the corner. You want to have Rhythm live when they do. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
I can't wait for my model to be superior to your model. That's what I'm looking forward to. All right. So do we want to anything else we want to discuss before we get into
real quick?
schedule?
I'm not seeing on the veteran ads of key additions of Darius Slay and Jalen Ramsey on the list.
Yeah.
Kind of some big ones there.
I wish we had done this episode before the Patriots episode so we could ask Cody about his work there. To leave out big names like Jalen Ramsey and Darius Slay kind of washed up, but
Darius Slay was I think he's obviously in the twilight of his career, but him having one more good year left, I think is totally.
I would put him on this list over Letitia Smith. There's
okay. Well, that's your opinion.
Yeah, some of these other key additions.
Backup, he's actually going to be in the top 3 corner rotation. I don't know about the backup right guard.
That's your opinion.
Right now, Darius Slay is, according to our lads, is the starter there with Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. That's a problem.
And I think it's good. He's a good locker room guy. Honestly, I think what the Eagles might miss most from him is that he was very helpful in developing Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Hopefully they kind of hit the ground running still without him, but he's a very good locker room guy. And I think he's a serviceable number 2 cornerback. I think he's got like one more year left. As
the Steelers are really trying to, groom Joey Porter Jr. the best they can. Where you look, they brought in Patrick Peterson a couple years ago as a vet. They're now bringing in Slay and Ramsey. Like he's getting like top class, training from some of these older guys. So I like that move. The Ramsey's still a stud, and I feel like he can slide over to free safety some too. So
what's the official line on
Minka? Are you gonna miss Minka?
Fuck?
No, I mean, like some of the stuff I was reading in the offseason of a lot of the teammates were thinking he quit, like he was quitting on plays down the stretch, and it's easy to pick selective highlights where he's like kind of off screen and then he's coming in late on the play as the guy's running into the end zone. It's like I don't know where he started there necessarily on that. I don't know. Like I'm not gonna try. I don't trash an ex-girlfriend on the way out, dude. I'm looking forward to the deal.
Look at Bowser. He's
a classy guy.
I appreciate that.
Well, and dude, just think of it like a Matt in terms or whatever. You're offering me Jonnu and Jalen Ramsey for Minka. Yeah, I take that trade all day with some draft picks involved. Yeah.
It doesn't feel like they needed to add in Jonnu Smith.
Oh, that's Arthur Smith.
Arthur Smith
is just like, hey, what about that Jonnu Smith you got over there? What's that guy doing? It is funny that they have the same last name as well. Like this, Arthur Smith just loves him so much.
Maybe he's his illegitimate father. Like,
separated at birth.
He's coached him on 3 separate professional football teams. He's
traded for him twice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's something there.
That's impressive.
Kramer, let's talk about their schedule. I'm excited to break this down.
Yeah. So something that stands out to me, starting out with the win total, which is 8.5 this year. Last year was 6.5. I'm struggling a little bit to find the difference between Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson / Justin Fields, where 2 wins is appropriate. Now they did get over last year, but still.
Feels like a little big of adjustment.
I'm not so certain. I mean, I get it. You have a little bit more confidence and you feel good about, no Pickens, bringing in DK.
Yeah.
But just straight quarterback value. I don't see the big difference. Plus 140 to make the playoffs, minus 172 to miss, 5-1 for the division, 20-1 for the conference, and 43-1 to win the Super Bowl. Some of this feels a little short, right?
For me, no.
Like the conference and Super Bowl prices. I think you'd have a hard time.
Well, I think especially in the AFC, because I'm high on the Broncos. You got the Chiefs. I mean, granted, the Chargers won't do anything in the playoffs. The division itself is pretty competitive.
I mean,
the Bills are going to be a big dog. For you to win 3-4 playoff games with this team, with Aaron Rodgers, while getting through a 17-game season. Yeah, I could see some hesitancy to play the conference and Super Bowl, but I think the win total is manageable. The make playoffs is manageable. I think the division is manageable as well. But we'll walk through it, Ryan. What do we got?
All right, we got. And by the way, the schedule is relatively difficult, as it is most years, because of their division, and they don't exactly have they're on the bottom half on the rest advantage situation. And for an 8.5 win total, only 6 times are they favored, Sean. So hopping into it.
Well, that's great, because Mike Tomlin was a dog. I don't want a Steelers team that's favored a bunch, Kramer.
Just look at how
have you seen how they do when they're favored?
Look at how many times.
I mean, the games that they're going to lose are the games where they're big favorites.
Look at how many times they're dogs of a field goal or less.
That's their sweet spot. Put them in a teaser.
On the road at New York, taking on Justin Fields in a mega revenge spot. Then Seattle comes to town in what will be a revenge spot for the Super Bowl I was referring to. Shout out to the merch store, Refs Are Terrorists. Under Armour hoodie, very comfortable. At New England, week 3, and then a trip across the pond to Ireland, where they will be taking on the Vikings.
Kramer, what do you want to start off?
So my thought, I assume everyone knows my position, although I will say it's very easy to argue against it, but my position is I'm going to be on the Jets. I do think Aaron Glenn, Justin Fields get an early win and then just rattle off a decent amount of losses. Don't exactly. Also,
but I would say this success. Too: if there is a lose but cover a small spread, the Steelers Jets game has that written all over it. Week 1,
Steelers win by 1.
Yeah, 17-16 game Steelers win at Jets. Like that's right in the wheelhouse.
This is the.
I'm 46 years old. Every fucking year of my life, everybody says every year the fucking Jets are going to be something. And Kramer's already on they got something week 1, but then they're going to fall off after that. Like that's how low the expectations are with the Jets now. Like I have yet to see it, guys.
Bowser doesn't
I agree.
The conceptually doesn't like the idea of Tomlin losing that game.
Well, but Tomlin week 1, I like. Tomlin as a road favorite, I don't like. Justin Fields revenge game, Aaron Rodgers revenge game.
Is it really revenge games though? Justin Fields was in Pittsburgh for a year, in a do or die situation. Rodgers was at the Jets for 2 years, but basically 1 year because of the injury. I don't know. I don't think there's like enough time really in these situations to build these deep. I think this is a fan created thing. I don't think these guys give a shit as much. Like
there is no Bigfoot, Sean.
Scott's ruining all our fun.
Jesus.
Santa Claus doesn't exist, Sean. Okay, revenge games aren't real.
Worth noting, the Vikings game is the first of 2 of back-to-back games for the Vikings overseas.
I'll hop in here. Give me 3-1. I love them at New England. We talked about this in the Pats preview. I'm skeptical of the Patriots offensive line.
Against
I like
the pass rush. Yeah.
I like them at home against the Seahawks. That's a tough travel spot for Seattle. And I think they either win at the Jets or, I mean, you could, if the Steelers start 4-0, I would not be surprised because you have JJ McCarthy, who I know is technically not a rookie, but he's making his 4th NFL start after not playing football for almost 2 years overseas in Ireland versus a extreme with a against the quarterback and head coach with like 40 years plus football experience at a professional level. So I think he's gonna have his work cut out for him. The fact that the Vikings are favorites there, I actually think Steelers are a little bigger team internationally than the Vikings. Although
Mr. Rooney was ambassador to Ireland under Obama. Yeah, like
so I like them a lot in that international game. I like him at home against Seattle. I like him at New England. The Jets game, I still don't know what I'm going to do with that one, but 3-1, and I feel like I'm being conservative. Kramer, what are you doing? Or Bowser, what are you doing? I'm
going to go 3-1, even though it's kind of hard for me to find the one, but we'll trip up somewhere probably. But like just looking at the quarterback, the Jets don't scare me week 1. Like they know how to shit the bed better than anybody in a bigger spot week 1, because this is a bigger spot for them week 1 than usual.
Yes.
I'm not afraid of Sam Darnold at home. I'm not afraid going into New England to face Drake May early in the season. Maybe later in the season he might be getting into a rhythm or something, and when it gets colder. And I'm not afraid of JJ McCarthy in Ireland. So yeah, I'll say 3-1, but yeah, 4-0. Really, I think I won't be surprised at all.
Kramer,
I think 3-1's on the table.
Okay, but what do you predict?
3-1.
Okay,
that's why it's on the table.
Well, sometimes you leave yourself a little out with your phrasing, and there's been some waffling. People are reporting
Who's waffling?
Kramer, Ryan, real Waffle House Kramer over here.
Who's saying this?
My DMs are flooded with messages.
Let's see it.
Oh, I don't show you my DMs, Ryan.
Okay.
That's between me. It's between me and the audience
up here because I usually take a lot of shit in the chat. So thank you, Mike.
Yes.
Wow. All right. So they take the bye after the Europe trip,
and I'm with DJ and Dan as well, saying don't love the early bye week. This is a veteran team, probably don't need the early bye week.
Well, but you do have Aaron Rodgers and Arthur Smith learning to get to know each other.
That's true, and Aaron Rodgers after an international trip.
Yeah, I think the whole team will want to take a break from Rodgers after going to Ireland with them. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. He's gonna want to tell everyone. Well, he's probably got some stuff for the long flight. Cleveland seemed like a loss on everyone's schedule. At Cincinnati, Green Bay at home, and then the Colts. There are some very winnable games here. That Cincinnati game is Thursday night football, and the Green Bay game the following week is Sunday night. Like the long rest against Green Bay, I think the Colts are mostly going to be trash, although maybe you can run against this Steelers defensive front, if anything. And so the Colts could always be a random wild card. Like the Colts are going to run for 300 yards against someone good this year and beat someone good.
Yeah.
And it's not going to make any sense, but there's 3 home games here, Sean. There's 3 winnable games. There's a couple prime time games. There's some good rest spots. Hard to go beneath 3-1, right?
Yeah. I mean, I could see them randomly blowing the Browns game and then winning the rest, or some combination. They'll stub their toe somewhere.
Cleveland is coming back from their international game.
Yeah.
To play the Steelers. And the Steelers are off a bye. That's a massive disadvantage. I was talking about this with Man in the Box. This is the first time ever you have a divisional rivalry where one team is traveling back from a long travel spot and the other team is coming off a bye. Never happened before in the history of the NFL. Get AI involved in schedule creation. This should not happen for a divisional game. That is a massive, even if the Browns didn't suck, massive disadvantage.
NFL does use AI, Ryan.
Not for the schedule. They still got.
They do.
No, I don't believe that.
Okay.
With the outcomes we've seen, we analyze the schedule as closely as anyone, Sean.
All right.
It's the same dog shit that's been going on for 20 years. They got an old guy that hangs out in like a Ramada Inn for 3 weeks a year, figuring this thing out. I'm just saying, upgrade to AI.
How AI shaped your favorite NFL team's schedule?
That's fake news. It's probably just a guy named like
AI.
Yeah. So yeah, how do you not go 3-1 here?
Yeah, I got 3-1. I feel like they beat Cleveland. I feel like they trip, but you talk about revenge spots. The Cleveland one potentially is if Kenny Pickett's their starter at this time. That could be a huge revenge spot game. And I don't think he's got what it takes to win a revenge spot in Pittsburgh. So I can see them stumbling in Cincinnati there, but also Rodgers at home in Pittsburgh against Green Bay, another revenge spot. And also the Colts won a garbage ass game against them last season.
Yeah.
In Indy. So that kind of is a revenge spot. But yeah, I got 3-1 here too.
Additional nuggets and part of the reason they have a decent or have some decent rest advantage spots. I already mentioned the Cleveland spot. Green Bay is coming off is on a back-to-back road spot there. The first one being at Arizona.
Yeah.
And then
how is Green Bay favored here on the look ahead? Like we should be firing Pittsburgh money line right now on that home spot now. Like
it's very true, especially Jordan Love on the road there.
So everyone has
and then hold on. Then you have Indy in that spot who their next game international in Germany against the Falcons. So
yeah, I think the stronger play is fading the teams the week before international than necessarily coming back from it. But
a team off a bye and a team coming off the international game, that's ridiculous.
It seems like a huge advantage.
It's a joke.
Everyone has the me and Bowser Kramer all have the Steelers going 6-2 through the first 8 games. But this is how the Steelers. It is very fun.
It's very Steelers like.
Yeah. And they start their seasons hot and then they cool off. But then in the individual games, they start off cold and then heat up. It's they're very interesting that way.
Next 4, week 10 at Los Angeles to play the Chargers. That will be a home game for the Steelers. Then we have the Bengals at home, where I feel like the Bengals do struggle in Pittsburgh more than they don't. Then at Chicago, a team that, interesting to see how they do against teams with a pass rush. And then the Buffalo Bills come to town. The home games are tough.
Well, they get a home game in Los Angeles.
The home games are tough. The road games are winnable. Bowser, what are you thinking?
I'm going 2-2 here, but I can see 3-1. I can see 1-3. I can easily see wins over Chargers, Bengals, Bears there, lose to Buffalo. And you know what? They've played Josh Allen and Buffalo pretty tough. A home spot there. That's not a gimme game for Buffalo by any stretch.
Now, I would like this better if the next game wasn't the Ravens.
I know. That's it. At Baltimore the next week, kind of a look ahead spot there. So I'm going to go 2-2, but like it can go 1-3 to 3-1 there easily. Like that's maybe the most variance portion of the schedule here, I feel.
So Buffalo will be coming off a Thursday night game. It is back-to-back road spot, but they're coming off a Thursday night game at Houston, so they'll have long rest, even though it's a back-to-back road spot. Cincinnati is in a situation where they have Buffalo and Baltimore the following weeks. And then let's see. Oh no, I'm sorry. They're coming off a bye. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So this is a very tough stretch. I would say the Cincy and Buffalo games, rest disadvantages there. Maybe the only win here is the Chargers.
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can see that. Yeah. I mean, but I think the Bears. I watched Caleb Williams play enough against a bad UCLA pass rush, and he struggled mightily in his last appearance against them in a horrible bloodbath. Dude, the Steelers pass rush, like if the Bears don't have pass protection figured out by week 12, that's going to be a fucking rough game for them.
So they also will be looking ahead to a Black Friday game in Philadelphia. All right, I can get behind. Do they get 1 or 2?
I'm going 2. I like them to go 2-2 here.
Yeah.
I think Chargers is winnable. I think Cincy at home is winnable. I think at Chicago is winnable. and Buffalo I think would normally be winnable if it wasn't for the Ravens game coming up.
Yeah, Cincy off the bye there is tough.
But no, that's the most Steelers late season shit ever. Win the Buffalo game and shit the bed in the next week against the Ravens.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, last 5. At Baltimore, like we've been talking about, Miami at home,
smash.
At Detroit, at Cleveland, Baltimore at home.
This is where it gets tough.
You got to split the Raven games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just.
I mean, I think they're going to win both home games, right? Miami and Baltimore. It's just can they get a road win of these 3? Probably not at Baltimore. That's going to be tough. At Detroit. I mean, I like him as a dog, but oh man, in a dome.
I'm going 3-2 here. Okay. Because I'm splitting the Raven games. I think they beat Miami, and I think they win at Cleveland. I think they sweep the Browns this year. Just going to at Cleveland this late in the season. Who's going to be the quarterback at this point? Kenny Pickett will have played his way out of town by this point. Joe Flacco, who knows if they probably will be trying to look ahead to the future. So are we seeing Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders in this spot? And those guys are going to get their fucking dicks handed to them.
It does sound like Kenny Pickett most likely to not be on the roster, which is makes the quarterback room very fun.
Well, yeah, he's dealing with this injury that could sway things. They did trade a 5th round pick for him, so they would kind of look bad if they cut him. But
nah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think it's it's enough.
Well, I mean, I guess what's the difference between cutting Kenny Pickett or cutting a 5th rounder?
Yeah, it feels like the same thing. So
I'm with Bowser. I'm going to go 3-2. It's certainly you could make a case. They'll probably go 10-7, but I like to err on the optimistic side for the Steelers here at 11-6. That feels right.
11-6.
Miami at home in cold weather. Tua's not winning that game, and I think they can steal one of those road games. And then last week against Baltimore.
Where am I at?
You're at 8-4, Ryan.
It feels very optimistic.
I mean, just look at this schedule, though. Like, we don't love the Colts. We don't love the Packers. We don't love JJ McCarthy. We don't love Sam Darnold. Like,
yeah,
it's so many winnable. Like, I don't know.
As someone who's watched Steelers and Tomlin football for a long time with you, Bowser, look at all these smash spots. Gambling. I know. Look. Like
I was trying so hard not to be a homer coming into this, guys.
To Kramer's,
it's like, fuck.
Yeah. To Kramer's point, they're not favored a bunch, but look at all these juicy 1.5 point dog, 1.5 point dog, 1.5 point dog, like, dude, 2.5 point dog, 1.5 point.
We're just basing it on Tomlin as a dog.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Dude, we love this schedule.
So I guess my thought is to have them go 2-3 down the stretch.
Okay.
Because Tomlin teams also tend to not crescendo.
They do. They peter out a little bit.
But I'm even tempted to say 1-4.
That's ridiculous.
2-3 makes them 10-7.
Yes.
Okay.
That's about as ridiculous as being high on the Jets coming into a season.
I guess I can do 10-7.
All right, we're gonna reveal our favorite bets for your 2025 Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we do, of course, shout out to Circa Las Vegas. Come out to Circa, hang out with us. Bowser's a local, always enjoys his time hanging out over at the Circa. August 21st through 23rd, we're gonna be hanging out there. We got the that Thursday night. There's an open bar party for everyone playing in the contest. Circa Million, 6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 15 million guaranteed. There's going to be way more than that. Circa Grandissimo, which we are accepting potential investors. Podcast at SGPN.io. Been getting some emails. Yes, we do accept crypto. We'll see where we land. 1.5 million guaranteed, but I'm hearing they're going to have their 12th sign up by tomorrow. So
really,
it is. I predicted
breaking news.
I predicted the over under to be 19 entries or like 2 million essentially, somewhere around there.
You ready to admit you're wrong?
I mean, the fact that they're going to have 12 by tomorrow. Yeah. I feel like my pace must be pretty off because I imagine there's going to be a bunch at the last second there.
37.5 seems pretty good.
I thought you were crazy with your 37.5, but that's looking like a pretty good pace. And of course, come hang out. Circa Las Vegas, the D Golden Gate, you get 15% off when you use the promo code SGP15. And if you're signing up for the contest, I see our buddy D Bettis in there. He's always bragging about
shout out D Bettis.
He is the man. He's always bragging about how sharp he is, and he's always on a lot of sharp sides. I'd love to see him win the Circa Million, have one of those big checks that says D Bettis with 6 figures next to his name.
If it was a teaser competition, he would dominate.
He does slam teasers, but Circa Million, 5 picks against the spread. Head over to footballcontest.com, use the promo code SGP, get your $50 off your proxy fees. Come sign up in Nevada, Las Vegas, and or Reno. Come say hi to us. Footballcontest.com, promo code SGP. And we're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Get in. Best Ball Mania, super fun. The best ball drafts. It's a great time. Great way to just get excited for football. The preseason pick 'em higher, lower. Shout out to Easy. He did put us on. Love it. The higher his receiving yards that hit. We only got one of the kickers home. The rushing yards didn't get home. That was annoying, but we're gonna have some more smash spots for the preseason Underdog card. Get it over there. Get the deposit match up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN. UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN.
So we're all on the over.
Yeah.
Yes, we are all on the over.
Hey, I just wanted to add to that Circa promo, guys.
Yeah.
You know how many coworkers and people around town I talked to in the last couple of weeks since we went out to dinner a couple of weeks ago at Slottapalooza when we went to that. We had the brisket fried rice, fried rice at the spot at Circa. Dude, when 80s. I say brisket fried rice to people, their faces light up. Go, wait, this exists? Where is it? Where can I go? And so, yeah, dude, shout out to the Circa for just introducing that to my life.
8 East is their Chinese food place, and man,
dude, it's so good.
The brisket fried rice is awesome, and then what's the Wagyu dumplings? Also highly recommend. The wings are very good.
The short rib dumplings that were good. Yeah.
Short rib, that's what it was. Yeah,
I would say the wings are probably the second after the fried rice.
I really like the pork noodles.
Oh my God,
I couldn't get enough of that. Yeah, you know.
This is not a paid advertisement.
I know. I'm getting hungry. So Kramer, you're Debbie Downer over here with your 10-7.
Well, here's the thing, right? Because I can still close my eyes and see Aaron Rodgers winning 12 games, 13 games with this team. And so, but I can't do it. I can't do it. It just seems, I don't know. There's just way too many hilarious things that could go wrong. But I'm optimistic. The over is in play. I don't know if I'm playing make playoffs.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm playing any of that stuff. We discussed it already on the show, but I am gonna play some Caleb Williams angles. I forget. Did we talk about it on the podcast, or was that VSiN?
Caleb Johnson, you mean?
What did I say?
Caleb Williams.
No, yeah, not Caleb Williams. Caleb Johnson.
No. Yeah.
I forget what the context we were talking about him, and if it was here on the podcast or on the VSiN show. But if you want to play Caleb Williams, I guess you can play a yardage market or a touchdown market. I like the overall lead touchdown market, which we were discussing before the show, still 150
to 1.
So I didn't move that market when I got down on it weeks ago.
Yeah,
unfortunately, I think the idea that with no Cordero Patterson, for Arthur Smith to maybe consolidate the rushing touchdowns to Caleb Johnson, that makes sense. Also, not a bet, but from a fantasy perspective, he's very draftable.
No, and I was just looking at the Steelers last year, 2024. You look at their rushing stats. Najee Harris, leader with 6 rushing touchdowns. Justin Fields was second with 5. Russell Wilson had 2. Now we know Aaron Rodgers isn't a guy that's going to get many rushing touchdowns, if at all. So let's say Caleb Johnson just gets the Najee, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson stuff. That's 13 rushing touchdowns right there. You're in the mix for most rushing touchdowns. I don't think Warren's going to get the goal line stuff. He only had 1 rushing touchdown last year. I don't see what changes. I think they brought in Caleb Johnson to replace Najee Harris. So I haven't seen his over rushing touchdowns, but obviously I'm going to be on that. But yeah, keep going, Kramer.
Real quick, my pushback there would be DK as a legit red presence.
Yeah, and you're right. And Aaron Rodgers does like to throw those like 1 yard fades and stuff like that, but you're getting the price.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah,
definitely warrants it. And I like him to lead the division too. Caleb Johnson, most rushing touchdowns AFC North is 15-1. Now, obviously, you're going against the big dog, Derrick Henry there, but if he has any sort of slip or stumble, and I'm co-signing most rushing touchdowns in the league with you, Kramer, at 150-1.
Yeah, and then also we had this conversation very early on, before Aaron Rodgers even signed, and the concept then was, okay, well, if Aaron Rodgers signs, what's going to change about this Steelers team? And well, DK Metcalf becomes very interesting. And then we talked about those big, beautiful shoulders and how Aaron Rodgers throws a nice back shoulder. You can still find DK at 120-1 to win Offensive Player of the Year. But I think I have the 170-1. I think you still play it because I think in the ceiling version, to what Bowser just said, there could be a lot of, and what I think you were talking about it on an earlier episode, Sean, how Aaron Rodgers was changing a lot of run plays to pass plays.
Yeah.
And so the idea that DK Metcalf could be the Offensive Player of the Year, aka the guy that wins your fantasy league, is still at 120-1. Yeah, I'll still advise my clients to pick that one up. And for price comparison, it's the same price as Devontae Adams, who's a number 2, DJ Moore, who might be a number 2, Jerry Jeudy, who might not have a quarterback. I mean,
yeah, I'll join you on that.
He's a different stratosphere of player.
Yeah, I'll join you on that just because, you want to play a potential upside with Aaron Rodgers. And if all of a sudden the Steelers did rack up a bunch of random passing touchdowns, the media will want to reward someone. They don't like Aaron Rodgers. The way to do it would be the guy catching it, which would most certainly be DK Metcalf.
What would you think his most touchdowns in the league was?
Receiving touchdowns?
Knowing that his Offensive Player of the Year number is 120-1.
It's probably similar.
It's 40-1.
Yeah, see, I don't like that.
But that's my point.
Yeah, no,
he's he's inside the top 20 when it comes to odds to lead the league in receiving touchdowns.
Yeah,
but he's
people like DK Metcalf. They don't like Aaron Rodgers.
He's in a different stratosphere when it comes to. Anyway, yeah, no. So I think playing the DK Metcalf ceiling outcome, which is Offensive Player of the Year. I don't think.
That was my big long shot play for him 120-1.
Yes,
Offensive Player of the Year. Like Kramer laid it out, dude. Like there's so many. There's a great path for him to do that, and like if he gets all these like quick goal line, and he busts a couple big highlight reel type ones. You know? And like, dude, like let's not kid ourselves. Like, what do you think the ceiling is for his season here? Like for real, like we could be looking at 100 plus catches, 1,600 plus yards, and 12 plus touchdowns easily. Like that's not even crazy to think. And then there's a much bigger ceiling on all those numbers. I love that.
I think just in general, the fact that if the back shoulder works, we've seen it with Devontae Adams, it becomes very easy to rack up touchdowns.
Yeah.
And it's anytime it's going to be the play they're most comfortable with. I'm looking up the number at Circa for Bowser, just in case he wanted to get a paper ticket. Let's see. Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's crazy to say, but Devontae Adams, he only played 10 games for the Jets. He had 7 receiving touchdowns. So for DK Metcalf to have a similar receiving output as Devontae Adams,
he's down to 100-1 at the Circa
for Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, it's from 170-1 where I have.
I mean,
Sometimes you get them right, Sean.
Still
Sometimes
worth
you get
playing?
them right. Yeah, no. 120 to 1.
Is this the part
Green
of the
Book has 120
Is
to
this the
1.
part of the show where you brag about CLV on Offensive Player of the Year?
No, but it's important to remind the audience.
I don't want to bring up Jalen Waddle.
Well, it's important to remind the audience that takes the summer off and the spring off that if you don't take that time off, and I appreciate you coming back and listening to all these episodes because you don't want to hang out with your family on your beach vacation. I appreciate that. But if you listen to those futures episodes timely, you would have 170 to 1 on DK Metcalf. And again, Circa has 100 to 1 right now. Green Book has 120 to 1, which I think is the best price you can find.
All right, so
whoa, hold on.
What?
This can't be right. Am I looking at MVP? Oh yeah,
Nah,
500 to 1 for the MVP for DK Metcalf.
Yeah, no thanks.
That was an accidental lookup. That was an accidental lookup.
So for me, like we said, the Caleb Johnson most rushing touchdowns in the league, most rushing touchdowns in the AFC North, 15 to 1, make playoffs. I do think the Steelers make the playoffs. I mean, they're over 9.5 wins is plus 140. I would rather take the make play, and it's the same price. So I would rather take make playoffs at plus 140 than over 9.5 wins. I would be shocked if they get to 10-7 and don't make the playoffs.
I agree with your analysis of the alt number versus.
Yeah.
I would rather take the over 8.5 at minus 112, whatever.
I'm also on the over 8.5.
Okay, so you're just playing a little bit of a ladder.
A little bit of a ladder.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on, because I'm optimistic about this Steelers team, and you know what?
Tomlin Coach of the Year?
No, give me AFC North. Fuck the Ravens. AFC North.
I wrote it down in my.
That's your calendar. Ryan.
I time traveled from the past to the future to let me.
They can get to 12-5. They can win a 11-6 tiebreaker. Give me the AFC North. So that's yeah. As always, I'm high on the Steelers. Everyone, why are you always taking the Steelers?
Yeah, why are you?
Well, Kramer, bring up their against the spread record.
I've done a lot of these from AFC North previews with you guys to just Steelers previews, and they made us money pretty much every year with these.
They were 11-6.
Like
they were 11 yeah.
They make us money every year.
They were 11-6 against the spread last year. Why would I not pick them every single week?
All right, you guys want to hear my portfolio?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right, so yes, we're all on the win total. Even negative Nancy Kramer over there with the trying to shit on the parade as much as possible. But yeah, no, we're all on the win total. So I say let's win ladder this bad boy.
Oh yeah.
Okay, up to over 11.5. It's at 8.5. I think they win 11. I think 11-6 is in the outcome. But let's just say one of those coin toss games or whatever, one of those runs that we towards the end of the season where we have them going, 5-4 down the stretch. Let's just say they go 6-3 there. And now that's a 12-win season. Yeah. Okay, so now you're giving me the, I love that. I like make the playoffs. I like win the division at 5-1, Sean. I'm not going to lie, but parlay that to Tomlin Coach of the Year at 30 to 1. Because if they win the division, with Aaron Rodgers and like the storylines in place for him, and I do like Tomlin at 30 to 1 this year. I do like that. I like TJ Watt, Defensive Player of the Year at 10 to 1. But once again, if you're going to play that, parlay that to him to most forced fumbles, which he's led the league like 3 or 4 times in his career in that number, and most sacks. Okay, so like parlay those 3 to spice that 10 to 1 up. Because if he wins Defensive Player of the Year, he's probably going to lead in those 2 categories as well. Okay. And
is this considered waffling, Sean?
No, okay. This is a guy who knows what he's doing.
Got it. All right.
What's waffling? So
I was trying to understand.
Dear God, you're gonna no. This is thought out. I looked at his career. Almost every time he leads the league in sacks, he leads the league in forced fucking fumbles.
I was just checking with Sean.
No, waffling if Bowser is going back and forth, going, yeah, maybe Coach of the Year, maybe not. maybe over 8.5 wins. I don't. I could see it going both ways. Bowser clearly has a side he's choosing.
Yeah. And like you're gonna go for these, like do them all the way, like ladder these things out, round robin them, do some shit with these. There's some juice on them all. You only need to hit one leg.
That's what she said.
All right.
So I got your win ladder up to over 11.5 wins is plus 450. You like Tomlin, coach of the year, 30-1. TJ Watt, defensive player of the year, 10-1. DK Metcalf, offensive player of the year, 120-1.
I also like Derek Harmon, defensive rookie of the year at 40-1. Okay,
that's a sneaky one.
And here's my rationale for that. He's an interior defensive lineman. Yeah, they normally don't win, but what just happens if teams spend way too much energy on Highsmith and Watt all season, and he's sneaking up the middle, and let's just say he pulls off like a 3-sack game against Caleb Williams because that private school pussy can't get out of the way of a fucking freight train. And now
I like this.
He just has like 5 more sacks or so to get. If he has a strong run stuffing season and finishes with like 8 sacks, he's going to be in contention as an interior lineman there. And I feel like at 40-1, that's a great price where he's surrounded by top end talent. Even old Cam Hayward is going to take some pressure off him there. Like he's not going to be expected to do much, which could be the reason why he does something.
Very spicy stuff.
Okay.
I would say what you have going for yourself is kind of the Jared Verse formula, right? Where now obviously he was on the edge, but you have a first round pick that gets helped by veteran guys on the defensive line, kind of helping him out there a little bit. And yeah, it certainly is a little harder if you're an interior, but he fits the formula of he's a first round pick on a good defense. So if he pops at all,
I feel like
at 40-1,
I feel like 8 sacks could get him there, and that's within reason, especially with an upgraded secondary. I feel.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden there's better coverage. They're worried about these other guys. I don't know, 40-1. I think that's a great price. Okay. And then my last play, this is what I told you guys was my Steelers adjacent pick. Okay. We're taking the under on George Pickens stuff.
Yes. Let's go.
Receivers agree with that.
Flame out after they leave Pittsburgh. Let's just ride that trend and take every George Pickens under we can find.
I like that. It doesn't matter. If you see one, just fire on it.
George Pickens unders.
What's your favorite under for George Pickens?
Yards.
Yeah. I would almost
actually
like
catches. I would say catches.
Oh, okay.
Because he can pop deep yard plays when, so I don't know. And I don't know what the number is right now, but like, I would be surprised if he hit 70 catches in Dallas next year.
Yeah, maybe also under on years remaining in his career.
No, it's just not George Pickens and Schottenheimer. Just remember that combo.
Electric.
There's no way that's going to end well, right?
Electric.
There's no way. All right, Bowser, good times as always. Appreciate you hopping on, talking Steelers football. Make sure you check out Scott Bowser and Ryan Kramer, SGPN Stables. When's the next run for the Roses?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Join us live 5 p.m.
And tomorrow is a big one.
Yeah, we're gonna celebrate. Relatively big. It's not like us winning the Derby.
Not virtual Kentucky,
but we are gonna celebrate the babies that we just made, and we're gonna talk about all the horse sex.
Well, and
that
he's burying
we're
the
gonna
lead.
have.
He's burying the lead for the audience.
Well, and there's now new gambling. So
yes.
Shout out to the.
The OTB drops tomorrow, guys. August 1st, OTB action, photo finish, and there's gonna be like daily double, pick 2 or pick 3, pick 4 pools, all the trifectas, exactas, all that fun stuff we love so much. So yeah, get on.
So you're telling me if I don't know anything about digital horse racing, I can still watch and bet on the SGPN Stables?
Absolutely, you can not only do that and do it right off the Roku app, right from the comfort.
We have we've been doing a lot of football names, just because football season's coming up, and one of our good horses is named Neckroll.
Oh, that's an all-time name.
So if you want to bet on
I wish
Neckroll,
Oklahoma Drill was better because that's such a
I
good
know. I know. It's just we need to fire off more football names. Yes, sir. Anyway, tomorrow 5 p.m. Pacific. Tune in.
Check it out, and we got more team previews coming up Sunday night. We got a recent show, of course. Tune into that 8:00 Pacific. VSiN.com or on Sirius XM.
Just gonna do a live
YouTube
best ball
TV.
draft, right? 3-hour live best ball draft.
That's Ryan's inside joke. But we'll be talking more NFL futures.
Let us know if you want to watch us
football.
do a draft.
If you guys do a draft, I'll probably hop in with you.
There you go.
See, we're getting people on VSiN now.
And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
So we're all optimistic about Aaron Rodgers this season, huh?
Kramer, let it ride.
I want better fucking execution. I'm wet.